Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Eastwoods public match for you, but before we get into that, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do, and advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. So, looking at our server pop today, it's 2:20-ish right now. It is January 6th at about 10 o'clock at night right now. And the inbounds right now is looking pretty good. Inbounds for initially your officers for today. On the CSA side, you have Sheen, you have Yeater, Arthur Salem, and Willie Pete. Whereas on the Union side, you have John, Hazard, Wick. You have Died on a Boat, Homeless Banana, and it looks like that's it. So Union has 3 companies because they have the 42nd PA. Which is the Sharp. CSA has 4 companies because a normal infantry company, or regiment rather, has 2 companies. So, Eastwoods, it's a very biased map towards CSA, similar to that of Union on Westwoods. Now, there's no artillery on this map, which is why I wasn't covering that at all. But you have the point of contention further back here, and you can see Union's kind of completely pulling off of that. CSA either go left and hit this, or they will make their way down this right side. Reason being is there's kind of this straight fence here. You can kind of see there's a road. And if you follow this road, it will eventually lead to the point of contention. So CSA generally stick around side, but it looks like the action's already started with Union playing aggressive, charging in on CSA. So, risky move here from Union, trying to pick CSA apart. CSA counter-charging with the reinforcements. You still have more Union guys pulling it out. Look at CSA collapsing in on the top side there. Highly risky, though. Attackers have more tickets than defenders. And as a defender, you want to get huge wins in these charges. You want to be able to get a ticket gain or make sure tickets are even in a charge. And that's very hard to do consistently. And you can already see the tickets. Union is already down a little bit on those tickets. And that was obviously the risk with Union attacking. So CSA is counter-charging. They're trying to completely wipe Union. You have 2 down flags here. I'm going to guess they're Unions, but we'll probably figure out more in a second. See Willie Pete's trying to get the remainder of the 2 Union flags as they retreat with their guys. Actually, Union has 3 here, so one of those down flags back there belong to the CSA side. When we're looking at Eastwoods here, where is it? Eastwoods, so CSA has a 24% ticket advantage compared to Union, so roughly for every 4 guys that dies on CSA, every 5 guys that die on CSA is worth roughly 4 Union guys dying. So, as a defender, you have to overcome a considerable amount to make sure tickets are even. And for that reason, the defenders kind of got to play this map a little differently. Now, Union has an opportunity to regain tickets if they want to. If they allow the Confederates to capture the point before they hit battle ready, which we could see both sides are in battle ready, next is engaged and taking losses. And then both sides will hit breaking. If Union force the CSA to cap, or CSA decide to cap of their own volition, if they decide to cap point before Union hits breaking, CSA will have to hold the point for a certain amount of time, and that depends what morale stage the Union is in. If the Union retakes the point back, during that counterattack phase, they will go up to the percentage of tickets that the attacking team is in. That's assuming if they're down tickets. If the defender team is up on tickets and they retake the point, they don't lose tickets to match the attacker, and they don't regain any. But if Union, let's say, lost the point to CSA and CSA captured and Union instantly retook right now, Union would regain basically half a morale stage and get back up to where CSA is in battle ready right now. Now, they'd have the same percentage of tickets, but raw numbers CSA would still have more. So, both sides spending some time to reform. Zooming out here, we can see it looks like both sides have recovered all of their flags. So, that's obviously good for both sides, especially for Union. Because as Union, you would not want to lose one of your flags all the way out here. So, risky move from Union. Tried to catch CSA off guard while they were moving out. You wouldn't normally expect a Union attack from here. But Union attack came in a little slow. So CSA looks ready, and they're going to start moving out again. 7 minutes into this match. And they're playing their fine tunes as they move out there. Now, we'll see if Union tries to keep up that aggression. Now, again, they can turtle. Turtle meaning sitting back in their main spawn, which is all the way back there. They can go definitely further back from where they spawn in. Not by much. But the Union could turtle and basically force no tickets to be lost. And as an attacker, you have a limited time. You got 38 minutes right now. And if the defending team just kind of sits back and turtles and you can't kill them efficiently, the best way to get them out of that turtling state is to capture point, because they have to retake. Obviously, that would be great for Union, so they could regain those tickets. The issue for Union, though, is they're playing a public match, and it's a lot harder to do team efforts in a public match because you got to get everyone to agree. And for example, most of the Union teams, we saw they're back out in that corn over there. They might be turtling over there, but one of their companies is still trying to hold somewhat forward here. It's Greenwood here. I think he's a new officer, at least for this round. Didn't read him off at the beginning, but actually, yeah, I didn't. So they're pulling back. So are they the Sharps? Yeah, they are. So the reason why the Sharps have one company is just because the Sharps is, you can reload basically twice the speed of that of a normal weapon in this game.
Alright, the boys are ready.
And so you only get one regiment, and that regiment is rate limited to, I think, 17. I guess it's 19. Maybe 17 privates, but I don't know if that makes sense exactly. Regardless, Union setting up their defensive line on this corn. It's off the point, but it's a nice spot. They got that snake fence that they can use to defend. And on top of that, the woods is chaos, similar to Miller's Cornfield, Westwoods. You can't see your opponent in the woods until you're on top of them. And look at that.
Open up, that way, open up.
So CSA found them because Union started the engagement. Don't necessarily know if CSA would have saw them, but regardless, CSA kind of gets hit and they're retreating. It's kind of hard to tell, but this is a little crest of a hill where they were shot at, and you can see they're retreating down the crest of a hill. You can see their friendly units starting to move over as well. And so, another thing to mention with turtling in this game is that you might have a company not listening and doing their own thing like we have over there. And that's slowly going to whittle you down, and eventually you'll get down to breaking. However, you have another issue with Rambos, guys that are out by themselves. You can see the individual Union flags that are out by themselves. Those guys cost tickets when they die too, and the great part about War of Rights is it really tries to force his team play. So the flag bearers, for example, they act as a mobile respawn. They need to be by a bunch of people or in formation to spawn people in. They can also be in skirmishing, but that will spawn people at a slower rate. Now, what is information and skirmishing? Information is when you're standing by a lot of guys like we have here. When you die, you lose 1 ticket for your team. When you're crouching by a lot of dudes or by 2 or 3 people while standing up, you will lose 3 tickets per death. And then when you're Ramboing by yourself, you will lose 5 tickets for your team upon death. And so if you have individual companies not listening, or you have guys Ramboing, that slowly adds up, especially because it's roughly 5 times the amount of tickets lost per individual kill when someone dies out of line. So, looks like CSA is going to make a move here, trying to hit Union on the flank. It's smart. Instead of trying to go straight at the snake fence, they're kind of hitting the Union on the side. CSA hitting in, they're starting to overwhelm this. And you have one CSA company moving along the rear side. Union starting to shift over to form kind of a backwards L, trying to hold the CSA off. Union dropped to engage. CSA almost down to engage, but they're about a fourth of the stage there. CSA's taking the bottom side of that L, starting to flank Union that are still in the corner. Union needs to get the flags out, or at least protect them. And CSA is going to overwhelm this. You do have the Union Sharps company trying to move in, but they're not going to do a whole lot. Those Sharps are very short, so they are a lot worse at melee. Similarly to that, they're double the reload speed, or not double the reload speed, but half the reload speed. Their gun is about half the length. I'm guessing, anyways. It seems like it.
What's up, you Yankee bitches? Let me stab you in the ass, boy.
So, they suck at melee. They lose their flag. Serbian gets the CSA flag, but that's not going to matter for long. You can see one of the Union flags is playing the smart. Let's see if we can get his name. Silver Coin. So you might be wondering, why is he running that flag so far away? His team's not going to be able to get it back, especially since it's out of bounds. Well, when a flag is dropped in bounds, there is a 5-minute despawn timer on it. So if a flag is dropped, you wait 5 minutes, it'll despawn, someone can respawn back in with the flag at main. However, due to trolling in previous years where people would do this exact thing, run the flag way out of bounds and your team couldn't get it, due to that, the developers made it so that if a flag is dropped out of bounds, instead of it taking 5 minutes for it to despawn, it'll despawn roughly 15 seconds after the fact. And it should, yeah, you can see it despawned there, so Union's going to get that flag back. Smart play. And unfortunately, a lot of guys here that are alive for Union are low-level guys. Even high-level people, they don't know that exactly. And so, it's just one of the things you'll learn with this game. So, but anyways, CSA dropped to engage. They're up half a morale stage on Union right now. And CSA, I've been seeing it more and more as time has progressed, but if Union turtles and spawn, you might think, well, if they turtle and spawn, there's not a lot of deaths. CSA might want a cap to prevent that clock from going down so far. And you'd be right. However, CSA's got 31.5 minutes left, and they need to get Union down roughly a morale stage and a third, and then they can capture the point and automatically win. And so, CSA is probably going to play this round patient. They're not going to cap point unless they do it by accident, which does happen. But it looks like you do have the majority of the Union infantry basically sitting as far back as you possibly can.
Basics. If you press T, you can see our ticket bar. We're both at engaged. As you see that we are
I don't think you need to speak so loud.
you see how we are more faded than them? That means that we are behind on tickets. There you go.
How did that guy just die?
He was killed by an active god. Now, boys, all of your rifles are sighted in for 300 yards. So let's just say I'm all the way fucking over here.
Don't follow him. He's trying to prove a point. Stay back on the line.
I think he wants to
Get back on
shoot.
the line.
I will not be hit. You have to aim at my dick.
Oh, someone shot him. Anyways, I think he was trying to explain what I was explaining a second ago. However, did not explain it the greatest. You heard a guy or two there saying, "What are we doing?" It's hard to be officer, but CS is going to charge through. And again, these tickets here, that might get Union to taking losses.
Oh my god. Kill these guys.
Holy
Yeah,
fuck, I think you're scared.
Alright, let's go. We're out of bounds. I'll pull it back. Pull it back.
So,
Bro, fuck yeah. It was...
Union's turtling. They're doing the smart strategy. Being an officer is hard. The thing is that you got to yell your orders, and you got to be clear and understanding in what you're doing. You'll see. There goes Union drops to taking losses, but
Beaver, come here.
what you'll see.
I have business.
What you'll see. What you'll see happen is officers will say, "Okay, we're charging," and then go. You got to give people a second to, first of all, hear the order. And then you also have to understand that sometimes people might just not listen. It might take a few seconds to actually get moving. Some people might be finishing their load. So you gotta play this game well if you're an officer. And so Union's playing the right strategy. Now again, CSA's got 29 minutes. If they want, oh my goodness, I've never seen someone both muted and deafened, at least through normal means, in a War of Rights match before. Now I say normal means because when we filmed the War of Rights tutorial video, we ran around in a public match, basically asking people to downvote and mute me, which was really funny. I don't think some people would have appreciated that. Just some dude running around being like, mute me, mute me. Honestly, me probably saying that a lot caused them to mute me. So, anyways, Union is turtling. They were. You have that one company moving out. You could see there's Rambos out here too. You can't blame people though for wanting to Rambo though. Although tactically it's very stupid and it's going to really hurt your team and you're not going to win from Ramboing because again, you lose 5 times the amount of tickets. However, I know when I go and play a game, I don't want to sit back in my main spawn and do nothing. And that's kind of the other half of an officer is that you got to keep people entertained. I don't know.
What the hell? What? Dude, we're not falling.
That man must die. You guys just let that man get away. Fuck it, I'll do it myself.
This ain't how we do it down in Minnesota,
friendly.
you know, on Lake Mille Lacs. We don't do it like this. Okay?
Hang on, if we could talk about this.
I killed him, sir. I killed him. I killed the traitor.
We have no Confederate spies on this team.
That officer is just trolling at this point. But, you know, he is, like I'm saying, keeping the people entertained in a sense. Some people are probably like, what the hell is going on? But that is, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. You got to keep people entertained. Because if you're going to turtle or just sit and shoot the whole round, sometimes that's not the most entertaining thing. Charges are where the beauty is. But
flag run.
You got to keep people entertained. And so by doing that, they're not running off and Ramboing or doing whatever. They're at least sticking together in an organized group. You just saw another classic mistake here with the flag. But that was a good wipe from CSA. You can see CSA's just running around trying to kill any Union that they can to get them down to breaking, because that's really what we're at this point. But you saw Flag Bearer briefly do it, but then they died. Flag Bearers, when they're retreating from a charge, will stop and turn around to see if things are okay. 99% of the time, you will die when you do that. Just keep running.
Like you're kind of getting fucked. We're coming in. Sound good?
It's too complicated.
Gotcha.
It's not that complicated. You're in your respective lines.
It's way too
That's
complicated.
really not that fucking complicated.
Sir, can you repeat? I didn't get that. I don't really know.
All right, Company A, where's Peloton?
All right, Operation Human Shield to the front.
Company A, get up there. Go. 2 point. Keep the flag here.
This half hole.
Go, boys, go, boys. Go hit them, go.
I don't know what they're doing right now, but I don't know if I'm going to like it. It seems like they're sending one company to take the bullet shield, and then the other company is going to move up, which... Fortunately, we missed the first part, but you know, it is what it is. So CSA capped the point. They clearly feel that Union is turtling good enough. So they have to hold it for 7 minutes. If they hold it for 7 minutes, they'll win the game. So you have Company A, they're running up. The rest of them starting to move out. I mean, can we hear what they're saying?
We're going in right now. Company B, let's go.
So Homeless Banana looks like he was going to send a 2-little wave. He's going to send our first wave here to take the meat shield of the shots. And then that group to move in and sweep through the CSA. The biggest issue is that this group is really far in front of that group. So, unfortunately, this plan is not going to work. A lot of these guys should have the reload, but maybe not if these guys sit behind these trees. So, Union's got a chance. If they retake the point, they're going to go up to basically a middle engaged, which would be great for them. And they need to do this quickly, because the longer this counterattack happens, the lower CSA is going to get on a morale stage. Because remember, everyone's still losing tickets this entire time. So, the longer this goes, CSA will lose more tickets and Union won't be able to regain as many. So, here they go.
Boys, it's violence time. We're not holding back.
Keep moving up. Keep moving.
Let's go.
Keep moving it.
CSA kind of on point. It's going down.
Get to the chopper.
And CSA kind of in a multi-line defense. First line for CSA. Getting hit pretty hard there. CSA capping that point back. The rest of their team looks like they're going to start countercharging. A lot of Union still sitting back, not in the action yet. I think Union sent multiple waves, a multi-waved attack, and CSA is going to try to take the fight to them, though.
We need more.
CSA looks to be holding, and that's kind of not a surprise.
Keep going, boys. Keep going. You can be out of bounds for a little bit. It's okay.
Obviously, with how the round's been played so far, CSA's been dominating on the charges. Also, that Union charge was not the greatest idea. CSA's going to be clumped up on the point for the most part. You can assume that anyways. So, if I were Union, I'd just bomb rush with your whole team going in there. I feel like that just makes the most sense. But the other thing, too, right, is at the beginning of the round, we saw that CSA has 4 companies, Union has 3, because Union has the Sharps. They only have 1 company on that Sharps regiment. So that means Union only has 3 flags compared to CSA's 4. So CSA is spawning in 4 guys every 5 seconds, assuming everyone has their flags up. While the Union is spawning 3 guys in. So CSA is consistently out respawning Union, which is not great for Union. And it's even worse when you consider that this one company that Union has here with that flag only has 19 guys on it for a team that has 100 dudes. So each other company has like 50 guys on it. So that's a huge disadvantage to Union. Huge. And so the only way Union is going to be able to beat the CSA in any dominant way is through a team mass charge with the Sharps in the front. The Sharps are in the front because they suck at melee. Their Sharps rifle is half the length of a normal rifle. They suck at melee, so put them in the front for fodder. But Union has to win a quick and decisive charge. And Union has not had that yet tonight. It's obviously hard to organize a effective charge where everyone is together. Because look at, you saw the officer move forward, and look at how everyone's slowly trickling up.
Get in there.
Move it up, boys. Move it up. Move it up. Move it up.
And obviously, when you're actually playing the game and an officer, your mind is in a lot of places, and so obviously when you're spectating, you have a different, less stressful position. You also don't know where your enemy is, but you can kind of assume things after watching things for a while. So looks like Died on a boat is pushing forward with his guys. You can see he's moving forward. Look how spread out the Union is. That is called an officer says an order once or twice and goes. You got to repeat it numerous times and say, okay, we're going in like 20. You got to give people time so that you can go and hit together. Union's got 2 minutes left, though. They're trickling forward. They're engaging in a shootout, which they won't win. It's hard enough. These flags are respawning guys in every 5 seconds. It's not 10 seconds anymore, which it used to be a few months ago.
Oh no, the cat, the sexual cat. He's loose. He got out of the cage.
One and a half minutes left. Union Sharps trying to get around on the flank of CSA. Again, the only way Union's winning this is through a charge. The longer the shootout happens, Union will lose that shootout because they're not spawning guys in as fast. And they're going to be outshot too. The Sharps look like they're charging in. Of all people, the Sharps should be the ones sitting and shooting. So 1 minute left. It looks like Union's not going to take this. Union might hit final push here, because even though normally the attackers hit final push, but Union is now considered the attacking team since they're trying to retake the point. Got a couple Union guys flanking from behind, but Union could hit final push similarly to CSA can hit last stand because they're not defending. If Union did knock CSA to last stand and then retook, they would automatically win.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, bro.
So CSA is going to countercharge Union here. If Union has more bodies on point when the clock hits 0, and overtime will start and the fight can go on for a while. So CSA is countercharging to keep Union off the point so an overtime can't happen. And Even if CSA loses this, which they aren't going to, they're going to sweep through. They're going to hit Union in the final push, probably. Yeah, there we go. That's a perfect win from CSA. Union had good ideas. Just the execution wasn't there, and it also doesn't help that this map is historically terrible for their team. So that's just really props to CSA. Again, Union tried to catch CSA off guard at the beginning, but they came in very slow on that charge. They did not go in as one big mob. They went in as a very spread out mob. And CSA moved out pretty much clumped up, so they were able to respond in a good enough time to win that and get a couple Union flags, and from there it was just downhill. So hard Union map, but even if a map is biased towards your side, you still got to play well to win. Believe me, Union can still win this map. But regardless, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord, merch, X, Instagram, and TikTok all in the description. And we'll see you in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night.